Myron Gaines, the self-proclaimed general of the Red Pill Battalion, the shepherd of the unshaven masses, the architect of digital masculinity for the disillusioned and disenfranchised.
I want to see where this goes. I'm still watching it.
Ain't about to go nowhere.
And not that this is newsworthy, but Myron, your audience is trash. I saw a picture of Myron's audience. I don't normally talk about Myron, but my man Myron did a little speakeasy, a speaking event, had some of his fans.
In the town hall shit?
It looked like something else. Exactly what I expected Myron's fans to look like is exactly what they look like. Boy, did I get a good laugh out of that. Myron, you are a bum. Oh, my Lord, you a bum. With one black dude beat up. I don't think you or your whole fan base could fight. And you shouldn't say that when you look at somebody's fan base. It looked bad, it did. I don't care if y'all on mute. I said what the fuck I said. Nigga.
I don't even know
on the main
what that
part. Defend me if they say something. He looked bad. They look bad.
I know you're talking about.
Y'all seen it?
I don't know what that is.
They don't look. Do they look bad or they just look like his demographic indicated to?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It looked
like his
bad.
demo.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I would expect them.
A bunch of dweebs. A bunch of fucking losers. Them look horrible. You see they? You thought they look good? No. They looked a mess, man. I'm bad for saying it? They look bad.
You said who works? I ain't seen nothing. That's funny.
Throw that little function in Jersey. I'm showing up. I'm coming.
One little karate Joe to put you in a grip lock.
That'd be
nice with it too.
The dog out of all 30 of them niggas. All 30 of them in that room is going down. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Hey, that was a good laugh, though. All right. I think that's the end of my important news. Let me just check my list.
And yet, here we find him, the subject of Joe Budden's latest comedic drive-by, a spectacle so grand in its theatrical takedown that it deserves meticulous dissection. Joe Budden, the seasoned orator, a maestro of verbal carnage, a man who wields words like a samurai unsheathing a katana, set his sights upon the fresh and fit honcho, and my word, what an exhibition it was. A roast so immaculately crafted that even the embers of its aftermath are still smoldering in the comment sections of YouTube. And why? Because, dear reader, when a man of culture, charisma, and a storied past in both hip-hop and podcasting descends upon an easy target, the results are not merely comedic, they are seismic. To begin with, Budden did what any great satirist does. He attacked the foundation, the very bedrock upon which Myron Gaines has built his faux empire, the audience. Yes, the loyal flock, the online congregation that looks upon Gaines as the prophet of hypermasculine enlightenment. And oh, what an audience it is! Budden did not so much criticize them as he merely described them, and therein lies the comedy. They look exactly how I expected them to look, he chuckled. Ah, but let us expand upon this revelation, shall we? For one must ask, what exactly does a Myron Gaines fan look like? Is it the blank-eyed devotion of a man who has consumed one too many Reddit threads on female nature? The slouched posture of one who spent his youth devouring digital seduction guides instead of, say, interacting with actual humans? Or perhaps it is the collective aesthetic of a group that, when assembled in a single space, resembles a town hall meeting for men who have yet to recover from their first heartbreak. Budden, in his characteristic way, painted this scene with the deft hand of an artist. The gathering of the beleaguered, the wounded, the perpetually online. The men who rage against the dying light of their self-worth, believing that salvation lies in Myron's sterile, mechanical diatribes about male value and high-value status. It was, Budden noted, an expected sight, and that is precisely what makes it so tragic. Now, it is one thing to critique a man's following, but Budden, ever the craftsman, turned his aim upon the man himself. Myron Gaines, a figure who presents himself as a paragon of unshakable confidence, as a repository of wisdom on all things masculine. And yet, as Budden noted, the man is something of a laughingstock. A bum, Budden declared. Not merely an insult, but a full-bodied indictment. A man who speaks endlessly about being alpha, yet moves through the world with all the grace of a malfunctioning NPC in a dated video game. A man who preaches about dominance yet reacts to criticism with the emotional fragility of a teenager discovering that his gym crush has a boyfriend. And Budden, in his infinite wisdom, saw this. He saw the insecurity wrapped in bravado, the pseudo-intellectual posturing, the droning lectures that sound less like profound insights and more like an AI-generated manifesto on female manipulation. He saw it all and laughed. And oh, how the laughter stung. Perhaps the most delightful moment of this entire roast was Budden's description of Myron Gaines' ill-fated speaking event. A supposed intellectual powwow that, from the sounds of it, bore all the cultural significance of a conference on optimizing keyboard shortcuts. Budden, ever the raconteur, painted a picture so bleak that one could almost hear the muffled sobs of lost potential in the background. It was a speakeasy, he noted, a term that conjures images of smoky rooms, jazz music, and clandestine whispers. And yet, what did it yield? A gathering so uninspiring that even Budden, a man whose career has thrived on engaging in discussions of all magnitudes, could scarcely believe its banality. One imagines the event unfolding in a dimly lit, ill-ventilated room, a congregation of men who nodded solemnly as Myron extolled the virtues of financial success as the key to romantic dominance. A space where social hierarchy is discussed by those who struggle to order confidently at a coffee shop. Budden, seeing all this from afar, could do nothing but laugh. And truly, can one blame him? Now let us delve deeper, beyond the mockery, beyond the jest, and into the heart of the matter. For Myron Gaines and the fresh and fit ideology are not merely comedic, they are symptomatic. They represent a larger phenomenon, the commodification of male insecurity. Red pill philosophy, in all its grandiosity, promises men an awakening, a liberation from the falsehoods imposed upon them by society. And yet, what does it truly offer? The tired ramblings of men who discovered weightlifting and Jordan Peterson at the same time. The rehashed grievances of those who mistake rejection for oppression. The perpetual cycle of victimhood masquerading as empowerment. Budden, perhaps unknowingly, touched upon this absurdity with a single remark. They look exactly how I expected. Because that is the fundamental truth of it all. There is no revelation here, no grand unveiling of hidden truths. The followers of Myron Gaines are precisely who we thought they were. They are not men who have unlocked the secrets of the universe. They are not pioneers of a new masculinity. They are simply men who have been told what they want to hear, wrapped in a veneer of self-help rhetoric and marketed as wisdom. Joe Budden's takedown of Myron Gaines was not merely a comedic exercise. It was, in many ways, a public service. It was the laughter of a man who has seen too much nonsense to take it seriously. The dismissal of a movement that thrives on the illusion of profundity. The unmasking of a so-called intellectual who, at the end of the day, is little more than a man reciting buzzwords to an audience desperate for validation. And so, we bid adieu to this moment of comedic gold, knowing that Myron Gaines will continue his journey, undeterred by the scorn of Budden or any other rational thinker. For such is the nature of delusion, it does not falter in the face of mockery. But for those of us watching, those of us relishing the spectacle, we take solace in the words of Budden himself. Boy, did I get a good laugh at it. Indeed, we all did.